NEOM and public investment fund companies to be listed, and Alibaba shares rise on news it's seeking a primary listing in Hong Kong. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman said the NEOM business zone will likely be publicly listed in 2024. Prince Mohammed said NEOM will depend on government backing until 2030, after which it will add $266.1 billion to the Saudi stock market size, with around $319.4 billion at the beginning. That total will increase after the project's completion to above $1.3 trillion. His statements to reporters come after announcing the designs of the line development at the futuristic zero-carbon community. He said the city's vertically layered communities will challenge the traditional flat, horizontal cities. It will run on 100% renewable energy. Meanwhile, Prince Mohammed announced the companies within Saudi's sovereign wealth fund, the Public Investment Fund, will also be listed on the stock market. He said Saudi aims to be among the world's 3 largest stock markets. As one of the largest wealth funds in the world, the PIF has total estimated assets of $620 billion. Al-Sir Marine, a subsidiary of the UAE's international holding company, is expanding to provide freight solutions for bulk cargoes globally through its subsidiary ASM Chartering. This subsidiary will focus on delivering freight services for cargo interests internationally, focused on the Middle East market. ASM Chartering plans to transport about 2 to 3 million tons of bulk cargoes in 2022. To Europe, where Gazprom will shut down another gas turbine in the Nord Stream 1 pipeline to Germany, further dropping daily gas deliveries through the pipeline starting tomorrow. Gas flows will be slashed to 33 million cubic meters, or about 20% of the pipeline's capacity. Russia's energy giant says another gas turbine produced by Siemens will be halted due to a technical condition of the engine. It was one of the last 2 operating turbines in Nord Stream 1. President Biden says he doesn't expect the U.S. to suffer an economic downturn, although GDP figures due later this week may show the economy shrinking for a second consecutive quarter. Citing strong employment figures, the president says he's hoping instead for a soft landing where the economy goes from rapid growth to steady growth. Multiple U.S. officials have downplayed rising recession fears, saying a downturn in the world's largest economy is unlikely, as the consensus forecast among economists still calls for slight growth. But consumer spending has dropped significantly. If Walmart's forecasts are any indication, Walmart shares plunged nearly 10% in after-hours trade after it slashed its profit outlook. Walmart now expects earnings per share for Q2 to decline by 8 to 9%, or for the full year to decline by 11 to 13%. Walmart's profit warning ignited a sell-off in shares of other major U.S. retailers, evaporating over $100 billion in stock market value. Target, Amazon, Costco, Best Buy, and Home Depot all suffered losses. Shares of Alibaba surged this morning after the Chinese e-commerce giant announced it will apply for a primary listing in Hong Kong. Alibaba expects the listing to be completed by the end of this year, making it a dual primary listed company on both the Hong Kong and New York stock exchanges. Alibaba listed in New York in 2014, the largest IPO in history at the time. It later went on to complete a secondary dual listing in Hong Kong in 2019. Since then, its share price has nearly halved as a sweeping regulatory crackdown by Beijing battered Chinese tech companies. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.